editing me here. I forgot to film an intro for this video, but as you guys seen by the title and hopefully the rest of the video, I was reading the Kings of Sin series by Anna Huang. I heard a lot of good things about it, and obviously since I've read it, I do like it, and I will continue the series for the sake of finishing the series. But this is the reading vlog of the first 5 books, because the last 2 books are not out yet, and my thoughts and all of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, so I finally started King of Wrath. I'm already 130 pages into the book. However, I don't really have any feelings for it so far. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I'm just reading it. But maybe that'll change once I'm like halfway through the book or like further into the book. So I'll keep you all posted. Honestly, I don't think this will be my favorite book in the series, but you know, never say never. Okay, it is late into the night, so if my lighting is really bad, I'm so sorry. But with that being said, I am 50% through King of Wrath. I've got to say, I'm really liking our 2 main characters. Dante is someone I can personally relate to with, you know, how he wants to take care of his sibling, and also the way he reacts to situations kind of relates to what I would do in that situation. And Vivian is also like a perfect character like for Dante. They make such a perfect match, so I can't wait to see the romance properly like take off. And yeah, I am excited. I still don't think this is going to be my favorite book in the series, but yeah, I am really liking it so far, so I just can't wait to see what happens in the future. Okay, so I finally finished King of Wrath, and I give it a 3.75 stars. I did enjoy it much more than I thought I would, but I still wasn't sold on Dante's character until like 80% into the book. As much as I related to him, I didn't find him to be a very convincing love interest until the third act conflict happened and he was trying to, you know, win Vivian back. But with that being said, I am finally done with King of Wrath, and I can move on to the next book, which is King of Pride, which is, I think, Kai and Isabella's book, and honestly, one of my most anticipated reads, because I definitely think I'll enjoy Kai and Isabella's book much more than I did this. Hey y'all, I just started King of Pride. Per usual, it's borrowed from the library, because we like library books on this channel. I'm only 2 chapters in, so I can't really give a lot of reading update, but I can tell you that I am swooning over Kai's character, and Isabella is really funny. I think that if she was real, we'd be best friends because we have really similar humor. That being said, I'm gonna continue reading. Really good, really liking it so far. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Sorry for all the wind, but I'm outside reading. Just got 100 pages into the book. There really isn't much to update about. There's still a lot of pining happening. And this is like a 400-page book, so there really aren't many updates. But outside, it's really nice today, and I'm gonna continue reading. Okay, so a little bit of a check-in. I am officially 50% through King of Pride, and as any romance novel goes, at this point their relationship is developing and so on and so forth. But for me personally, Kai is just really goofy. He has made me laugh multiple times throughout this book, and I have a feeling he's gonna be my favorite character. That's just like, he's gonna be my favorite guy from Anna Huang, and that's about it. I read The Striker by her, and Asher Donovan was like, okay. I didn't really like him. Kai's probably gonna be my favorite. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading, and we're gonna see how this book goes. Hey y'all, okay, so I finally finished King of Pride, and I give it a 4 stars. I really liked it. It's probably one of my favorite books in the series so far. I'm actually right outside the library to return the book and get the next one, so we're gonna do that. Okay guys, I finally borrowed King of Greed, and I'm starting it right now. I honestly don't have that many high hopes for this book, so I'm not sure if I'll like it as much as I liked King of Pride, but never say never. I do like Anna Huang's books, so we'll see how it goes. I'll update you guys as I read, and yeah, we'll just read. So I am finally 50% through King of Greed, and I've got to say, I am liking it. Not as much as King of Pride. Obviously, like, nothing can beat Kai and Isabella for me, but I am enjoying the groveling aspect of it, and I can't wait to see how they like get together and get back together. And I don't even know if there's gonna be a third act conflict, because, you know, we started off with a conflict, so I don't know how we're gonna incorporate a third act breakup in here, but hopefully there isn't one. But I'm gonna continue reading it. I'm gonna try and finish it today, and yeah, I can't wait for the rest of the series. I'm really enjoying the series so far. Okay, so I just finished King of Greed, and I gotta say I enjoyed it much more than I thought I would. I'm not usually a person who enjoys a second chance romance. I've never gravitated towards them, but Dominic and Alessandra did steal my heart. I really enjoyed the groveling that Dominic did throughout this whole book, so there is that. There wasn't a third act breakup. I remember talking about how I hoped there wasn't one, but there wasn't, and I'm actually really glad for that, since, you know, we started off with a conflict. But yeah, I give it 3.5 stars. It isn't my favorite in the series in general, but this book did make me warm up towards second chance romances, so I can see myself picking up another second chance romance in the future. But yeah, it's 3.5 stars, and I can't wait to actually jump into the second book, because Xavier and Sloane's story was something I've been waiting for since King of Wrath, and, you know, since it's out, I'm going to be reading it, and hopefully I enjoy it. I hope it's kind of like King of Pride, where it's one of my favorites, simply because it is an anticipated couple for me. But, you know, we'll see when we get to the book. So I realized I never gave y'all a reading update after I read King of Greed, but I did start King of Sloth, and I am 50% through the book already, and I've got to say I am liking it. It took me a while to get into the book, simply because Javier's character kind of did frustrate me a lot, but god dang it, Sloane is so patient with him that I was like, I'm gonna pull through this book because of her. But once I was 100 pages in, I really started to enjoy the book and enjoy Javier's character as well. But yeah, I am going to try my best to film the remaining 50% and also give you guys some thoughts midway throughout the book. And then, yeah, I will keep you guys posted, and then we can finish this book together. I am officially 60% through King of Sloth, and I am enjoying it much more than the first half of the book. There is a lot of backstory that Sloane and Javier have revealed about themselves, which kind of made me empathize and like the characters a little more. There was also something about Javier's inheritance that was revealed, and so I'm really excited to see how Anna Huang is gonna take that aspect of the inheritance clause and, you know, work her way through it. But yeah, Javier has also gotten over his sort of sloth sin, and he is starting to do something, which is really exciting to me, because that was also kind of why I did not enjoy the first half of the book, was just because Javier was just so lazy and not ambitious and doing nothing, so that kind of bothered me. But now that he is doing something, I can enjoy the book finally, and I'm gonna try and finish it today. So the next clip is probably just gonna be my final thoughts on the book. But yeah, I am gonna update y'all my final thoughts. I definitely know that this is not gonna be my favorite book in the series, but it's probably gonna be above King of Greed. But then again, based on how she ends the book and how the rest of the book is gonna go, I can give a proper rating after that. But once I'm done reading King of Envy, I'll give a sort of tier ranking of what my favorite to least favorite book in the series was so far, or will be so far. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading it, and the next clip you are going to see is going to be my final thoughts. So I just finished King of Sloth, and I haven't started King of Envy. I'm probably going to start that tomorrow. I'm literally in that sort of stage where I am exhausted just constantly reading the Kings of Sin series. But I did have an amazing revelation. I have a bunch of yarn that sort of matches up with the color schemes of each of the books. So what I wanted to do was just for fun today crochet a bunch of bookmarks. Like, I'm not going to do any fancy designs, it's just going to be plain bookmarks, but I wanted to crochet a few bookmarks, like, you know, a King of Envy's green, so like a green bookmark, or, you know, King of Sloth is blue, so a bluish bookmark. I know it goes into an ombre, but it's gonna be blue, the one that I make. And then like purple for pride and gold for green. This is not greed. Wait, green. Nope. King of Greed. But it's actually a saffron, but we'll consider it as gold. And then obviously red for King of Wrath. The actual final products are probably going to be in a reel that I post on my Insta. That's going to be in my description, so do check it out and follow me there. But yeah, I'm gonna sit down and crochet these. I won't really show you all the process because a bookmark is really simple to make, especially if it's just one color. But yeah, I'm going to have the process and sort of final products on my Instagram, so do go check that out. Okay, so I finished the first bookmark. This is King of Sloth themed. My yarn has like a bit of a ombre to it, which is why there's two different colors of blue, but I was able to finish it before it went into the greens. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. As you guys saw, I did compare it to the size of some books just to make sure that when I use it, it won't like be too short. But yeah, it looks really good. It's really cool. I'm probably gonna jump into making the other ones, so I'm still deciding. I might just do a green one next because I'm in the cool tones. But yeah, I like how this turned out. It's the thing is, these are really simple. Like, I'm not planning on doing anything complex, but maybe the next time I make a sort of bookish themed bookmark, I will do a little bit of a complex pattern. But let me know what type of book you guys want me to crochet a bookmark for next. So I have finally finished the King of Envy color for my bookmark. It is a green, obviously, you know, green for envy, and that is what the spine of the book is. As you guys see, it is plain, and I did say it was going to be plain because right now I don't have the time and energy to make a designed one, but maybe in the future I will make a sort of designed bookmark. Let me know what y'all want to see more of. But with that being said, I finished the King of Sloth and King of Envy colors, and I'm sure in the earlier clip I did tell y'all, but my King of Sloth yarn is like an ombre multicolor one, which is why there are two different layers of or colors of blue, which was totally unintentional, but I don't know, it still looks pretty cool to me. But yeah, now I'm finally moving on to red, which is King of Wrath. I do feel like I can finish King of Pride and King of Greed's bookmark too. I also want to do King of Gluttony, but I don't have an orange color yarn, so I will probably do that later on when the book is closer to getting released. But yeah, I'm going to continue crocheting this and give you guys an update after I'm done with this and when I'm starting my next bookmark. This is just a little bit of a way to divert my attention from reading, because I do think I am getting exhausted with constantly reading Anna Huang's books. They are good, it's just the plot is the same almost, like the blueprint and the black backbone for all the books are the same, where there's like the tension and then there's the getting together and the third act breakup and then getting reunited again and happily ever after. So I feel like I need a break, and I'm gonna start King of Envy tomorrow. So starting tomorrow, book updates will happen again, but this is just something I wanted to do for fun tonight, and yeah, I will continue doing it and give you guys updates as I finish the crochet projects. So I'm sure you all know what update it is. This is a little crochet segment in the video. So I have finished our King of Wrath themed bookmark, and I've got to say I am actually really liking how they're turning out. Like, as I'm crocheting more, you can see the progression in stitches and how neater the stitches and the rows are turning out. I also know that these three
are a different fabric, so they were much rougher, and literally I think I do have rug burn on my fingers from the fabric, or not the fabric, the yarn. But now I'm working on the King of Greed one, so I'm like I'm on the third row of my King of Greed bookmark, but this is a much softer yarn, so I do think that this will help me to prevent my rug burn and also, you know, work faster and better, because those were much tougher to get through the hoops and loops and all that. But after this, I'm gonna do the King of Pride one, and then additionally my sister requested a pink bookmark, so I'm gonna make that for her tonight. And then tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna be back with King of Envy. I actually like how they sort of match, like it's a nice little color. It's still a dark green, so they sort of kind of match with the books. Still do have King of Sloth with me, so let me just show the comparison as well. So there's this with this. I did make sure to compare the sizes of the bookmarks with the books so that I didn't make a too big of a bookmark and waste any yarn. But yeah, I'm gonna continue working on the bookmarks, and I shall give you guys an update when I'm done with both of the other bookmarks. So I have finally finished King of Sloth, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I think that's the same rating I gave King of Greed, but they are pretty on par for me. I liked them the same amount, and honestly, Javier did grow on me by the end of the book, and I've always loved Sloan. I looked forward to their book since King of Wrath. However, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I expected myself to. It was just hard to get into, and I found myself scrolling on my phone every time I went to go and read the book. But yeah, I still stand by the fact that King of Pride is the best book in the series. But I'm gonna move on to King of Envy, and I will give you guys my thoughts as I go forward. But also, since I did do a lot of crochet projects yesterday, I didn't show you guys the final products. But here is the King of Greed one, the King of Greed bookmark that I made, and the King of Pride one. It was really late by the time I finished these, so I just went to bed. But here are all of them together. They all look really nice, and I can't wait to add, I think there are 2 more books in the series, so I can't wait to add 2 more bookmarks to this collection. But yeah, time to finally start King of Envy. It is a chunky one. I think this is her biggest book. I have read The Striker earlier this year, and I think that was her biggest book. I think that was like 600 pages. But yeah, this is like around that same 500, 600 page mark. I don't know how much romance she has to write in order to write a 500 page book. Honestly, I don't like that this book is that thick, but we're gonna do this. It's gonna be an undertaking, but we're gonna finish this book and we're gonna finish this series. So I shall give you guys my updates as I read it. Hopefully I can give you guys more updates since it is a chunkier book. But yeah, I'm going to start King of Envy now. Hey guys, I know it's been a while since we last talked, but I finally started King of Envy. I literally just started. I'm like probably 6 chapters into the book. But it is a bit of a chunky book, so I was really hesitant to pick it up immediately, and I also did need a break from Anna Huang's writing in just this world. So I put the book down for some time, read some other books, and now I'm back. But this is the final book for this video, and I'm going to keep reading it. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts as I read it, and I will keep you guys updated. So I am finally 100 pages into the King of Envy. I'm probably gonna finish it today. I'm heading to the library, so I'm just gonna sit there and read. So I'll try to get as many or as much footage as I can, but I most likely will not get any footage. Even if I did, I'm not gonna be talking. But my thoughts on it so far is I definitely know that this is not gonna be my favorite couple. I had given the benefit of doubt for the other books and the other couples that I said I probably wouldn't like, but I ended up liking them. However, with this one, I just don't know. It's like Vuk is kind of annoying me. It's Vuk and Ayana's book. Vuk is a character we had encountered since King of Wrath, and we know nothing about him, and this is his book, so this is where we're like learning about him. And Ayana is someone who we also basically know here and there from like little sprinkles of information that Anna has given in her other books. But Vuk is just so like obsessed with her, and I know it's like King of Envy and he's like envious and all that, but literally in his chapter all he can think about is her. Like, he will be doing something and then suddenly I don't know, he's like, oh my god, Ayana and Jordan, who's Ayana's fiance and his best friend. And I'm just like, buddy, like, stop, like, do something, like, move on. And I know it's their romance, so I know it's probably going to be a slow burn because of how chunky the book is, but I just am not here for the romance, the subplot of mafia that we get, because we got introduced to a character in King of Greed, and that sort of subplot of that character, and then there was an issue that happened in the vault, which is Javier's or Xavier's club in King of Sloth. Like, that sort of, all of that is like continuing into this book, so there is a huge subplot of dark mafia stuff, which is what I'm more interested in than the actual romance between our two main characters. And also Ayana's modeling agency is something I'm also interested in, like why she wants to leave them and why, like, what's going on there. But I'm just not interested in them as a couple. Like, genuinely, Ayana is very intimidated by him, and Vuk is just obsessed with her. Like, all he does is think about her. Even in his like office moments, he's just like, oh, Ayana, and I'm like, bro, like, he's like watching her live stream or watching her, you know, walk the runway, and I'm just like, yo, this is like borderline stalker behavior, so stop. But I know they're gonna end up together. I want to see how they sort of end up together because of the pickle that they're in right now, with Ayana being engaged to Jordan, who is Vuk's best friend or like college roommate, and Vuk is the best man to Jordan and Ayana's wedding. So how do they end up getting together, and all of that is something that I want to see. But I know for a fact that this is probably gonna not be my favorite couple. Again, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and sort of, you know, hope that I'll like them. But after reading all the other books, nothing for me is living up to Dante and Vivian and Kai and Isabella's story for me. Like, after those first two books, everything else is like sort of a letdown for me. And I just hope that this gets better. I am going to continue the series even after I'm done with this, because there are 2 more books in the series, King of Gluttony and King of Lust. And I know I know which characters are going to be in the King of Gluttony, and I'm actually really excited for that too, because I think that's like a Desi or like a Indian FMC, and he's French. But I'm interested in that, which is why I'm also reading this, so I can, you know, finish the series. But I'm going to update you guys after I'm done with it and give you guys my final thoughts on this and the series. Like I said, this is going to be the final book in this video. But yeah, I'm not that I'm not enjoying it, I'm just like not interested. But that could also be because I've been reading Anna Wong's books back to back to back, so it's like I'm getting tired of her writing and the same blueprint of plot. So yeah, I'm going to continue reading it, and I will give you guys my final thoughts on this.
So I finally, literally a few hours ago, finished King of Envy. Don't have it with me right now because I returned it to the library, but thoughts. Give it 3 stars. I think that was the only book in the series that I gave like a flat 3 stars. I could be wrong. I don't remember the other ratings I gave, but King of Envy was 3 stars and 3 stars only because of the subplot of mafia and like that brotherhood thing that was going on in the books. The romance, I was not in for it. I could care less about Vuk and Ayana's story. It was still good. It was just not Anna Huang good. Like, it wasn't what King of Wrath and King of Pride gave me. So that's why if it was just a romance, like if it's just the romance, I would have given it like a 2 stars. But the subplot of the mafia and like brotherhood and contract killer situation really was what bumped up the rating to a 3 for me. I am going to read the last 2 books, like I said, but I do hope that she builds up on this brotherhood, because Roman, the character Roman, if you know, you know, I'm so interested in him and his story. So I hope we do get a book about him. I know it's probably not going to be this series, but I hope she writes another series where it's about these like sort of mafia-esque characters, because I do think she'll do a really good job, especially with how much plot she's been building up right now, which is why it was chunky. I thought it was just gonna all be a romance, but apparently it wasn't. It was just literally, it had a lot of subplot and a lot of plot more than the romance aspect. So that's why I think I liked it a little better. Like I said, I did not like the romance aspect. Ayana and Book could care less about them, and I'm actually glad that this book had another plot going on the side, so that I could concentrate on that rather than the romance itself. But yeah, I gave it 3 stars, and with that, that concludes this video. I'm done reading the Kings of Sin series, or what's out right now. Obviously, there are going to be 2 more books, and I will be reading those as well, but I don't think I'll make a Kings of Sin reading vlog specifically again. But thank you all for watching and tuning in, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.